The characteristics of a true Martian can be found in a person with Mars in the first house: independence, bravery, and a will to win. A person with a lot of Mars in their chart tends to be fearless, driven, and confident in their own skin because they are able to express their desires in an aggressive, assertive, and energetic manner. Perhaps they were instilled with the belief that they needed to be proactive and take charge of their lives from an early age, or maybe they were told that they were destined to be a fighter or a warrior. Intense passion, a hot-headed determination, and a seize-the-day outlook are all characteristics associated with having the fiery planet Mars at the beginning of one's natal chart. Those with this placement of Mars have an allure to their appearance, and this magnetism can indicate a forceful attitude, a come-on strong demeanor, and the appearance of someone who is incredibly energetic, youthful, exuberant, and adventurous. They have energy to spare and will often act when necessary without hesitation. Throughout their lifetimes, these individuals are more likely to engage in violent confrontations that are high stakes and swiftly come to a head. When a fiery planet, like Mars, is positioned in the first house, the native is more driven to get out into the world and retain their sense of dynamism by having something to look forward to, never looking back, always looking ahead. They tend to be the type of individual who likes to make their own decisions and take command of their own lives. This is not someone who loves to wait and see what unfolds, since they become quite hostile if their autonomy is challenged and do not like to be told what to do. The people who have Mars in this house are the most direct in stating their desires because they crave thrills, adrenaline rushes, and excitement, and nothing can stop them. According to astrologer Stephanie Camilleri, they are likely to have at least one physical altercation that ends in a knockdown, drag-out, and they probably wouldn't have it any other way if they were being perfectly honest. It's more difficult for an Aries or Mars person to back down from a conflict, especially if they feel it's necessary to fight for what they believe in or to protect those they care about. When faced with frustration, this person is quick to vent their feelings and will do whatever it takes to overcome any obstacles in their path. Depending on the interplay of other factors in the individual's natal chart, they may also find that they have a tendency to be argumentative and even violent at times. Someone with this trait generally acts impulsively and without fully considering the consequences of their actions, which can lead to them finding themselves in volatile situations very quickly. The individual may also be immature and demanding due to their extreme stubbornness and want to have things their way. A rebellious streak and a penchant for experimentation are two hallmarks of this person's character. Trouble seems to find them wherever they go, and they may have a hard time understanding their adversaries' reasons. For those with more difficult horoscopes, this can be an indication of a troublemaker or bully who takes pleasure in intimidating others and challenging authority. It's also a sign of strength if the person is ready to defend the helpless and take decisive action when called for, and if he or she is driven by a need to act as well as a yearning for adventure. In addition to a fiery sexuality and natural radiance, those with Mars in the first house may be quick to form romantic unions and, once committed, may require a partner who can hold their own physically or mentally, or who enjoys a good battle. In fact, many find this type of relationship to be invigorating and energetic, kindling the flame of their individuality that yearns to be expressed. Those with Mars in this position are said to have excellent recuperative powers, according to traditional astrology, while ancient texts also warn that this placement makes one more susceptible to facial scarring and injuries to the area of the body ruled by Mars. Although red hair is often used to explain this position, it's possible that any other distinguishing physical trait could do the trick. It's common for a planet in the first house to make itself known through one's outward look, one's personality, or both. According to astrologer Pat Geisler, red hair and scars on the face are quite common when Mars is strong or aspecting the ascendant. I have both, and Mars is in opposition to the ascendant natally. Although I can think of an Aries rising type whom I know who has no scars, she does have a very reddish cast to her hair and a very weak aspect of Mars to her ascendant. It can be tricky to spot sometimes. That's true of any ascendant. Another Aries rising type I know with a strong Mars to her ascendant has the typical flaming carrot hair and boundless energy. Another representation of Mars in the first house is being horribly accident-prone, and astrologers hint towards the middle part of life, and abrupt injuries as in burns, wounds, abrasions. Mars is typically prominent in troublesome situations and has a tendency to attract hazardous situations, and there is also an impatience, speediness and recklessness. The person may, on the whole, be ambitious, forceful, and focused on achieving success in their chosen field. The placement of Mars in this sector is generally viewed favorably by those who require an outlet for their competitive drive, such as soldiers, entrepreneurs, independent thinkers, and athletes. In general, the individual casts a blazing light on the present, and should aim for something worthy to apply their action and feeling towards, with their ability to stand strong, and they can inspire the same confidence in those around them. Brave souls, it is said, are always ready to dash into danger, as they are overflowing with excitement, can be easily stirred, and want nothing more than to live a full and eventful life. Please like and subscribe to Phenomenal Astrology.